What's up, manga fans? This is Raphael from C Manga, and I'm joined by Reese.
Yo, what's up?
And we're here to give you another review of Attack on Titan, this month's chapter 69, Friend. What can I say,
Yeah,
man?
this chapter, it was definitely the wrap-up chapter for this arc.
Mm,
No doubt about it. So obviously you had little, well, it was mostly Kenny's backstory, which finally gave him like a bit more character development and a nice bit of closure, actually.
yeah, definitely.
So it kind of redeemed his character a little. That's one thing I did notice.
Mm,
Because, throughout the whole kind of arc, it was kind of like, being portrayed as like this asshole who don't give a shit about no one, you know. But the way it ended, it kind of seemed like, huh. It kind of made his character a little kind of more,
tolerable.
yeah,
Oh,
I wanted to
yeah,
say likable, but it's like, I don't know if that's the right word to use. But either way, he had that bit of character redemption, which was quite nice.
yeah. I get what you're saying. Obviously, he's been portrayed as this villain, psychotic indeed, and obviously, as you said, he's had his redemption. And it's because, the way he's seen the world as being kind of, put into perspective for us. So we've kind of understood like how, his mind frame, what he's had to go through. And like right up to the end, he was actually quite a decent guy, just, did bad things.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's like an all right guy doing
Mm.
bad things. Obviously, that don't make him any better. He's still a bit of a bastard, but
Yeah,
still.
cool, clearly, yeah. But when you consider, the people in higher power, they make him kind of look like a saint.
Exactly.
But
So
speaking
yeah,
of power, his actual backstory with the previous king, that was actually quite interesting.
yeah. See, that whole kind of dynamic there was a bit. I want to say strange. So
Yeah.
even from the opening, we see he's like ready about to get killed. He's been held by a Titan. It's like, oh, who would have thought that Titans existed inside the wall?
Mm.
And it's just like, okay. And then when they revealed, oh shit, that was the actual previous king. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, this is messed up.
I was
Found
actually,
out that secret, man.
yeah, I was actually baffled at that point because I thought he was in the present, and then I kind of realized I was like, oh crap, this is the past, this is the king, and this is the previous titan holder and power holder.
Exactly. You know what it is? It's because with most mangas, you're used to seeing like, okay, black pages signify a
Yeah,
flashback.
yeah, that is. I think
But
that is
it
it.
didn't exactly kind of, do that with the pages. It's just like,
No.
okay, every page just looked the same. So you're like, okay, what the hell is going on? Who are these people? And then like, oh, it's a flashback.
Yeah, that completely threw me off, but I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. But if it was, wow, well done in his part, because it really was weird. Like as I said, the whole dynamic as well, where I'm not sure if it's correct to say this, but they kind of ended up building a weird sort of friendship or something.
I would have, yeah, that's definitely it, man.
Yeah.
Because obviously, towards the end of the flashback, you see them two sitting there talking with each other.
Mm,
Like obviously they do it quite often.
yeah. And it was like even from the get go, there like obviously the start of their relationship was kind of weird. The king, he's royalty, and Kenny being an Akuman, you know what they are. They're basically the family that is scum and always being hunted. For him to actually show remorse, he didn't even kill him and he even bowed before him, begging him for forgiveness. That was just like, wow.
Exactly,
And
man. Even after Kenny dashed that knife at him and it
yeah,
went straight through his arm, it's like, oh, damn.
and he still even had the blade in his arm when he begged. And that kind of like, Kenny even said it in his own monologue, like, that kind of opened his eyes and made him feel a bit weird. Like, why is this guy bowing to me? Mm,
Exactly, man. This is the guy who's the fucking king. He's supposed to be, ruler of everything. It's like,
mm.
oh, yeah, it's really strange.
But it's funny though, because it kind of made him submissive in a way. Because the next thing we find out why he's working for the Reese family. He basically willingly became their lapdog.
Yeah. So I did like the part where it's like, oh yeah, the guy who actually did kind of out their secret ended up not being there after. It's like, okay, they found the guy, killed him. Then basically Kenny took his spot.
That was so easily like replaced. Like, yeah, kill that guy. Here's a spot for you. It's
It's
like,
becoming his eyes and ears, man.
mm. But more about Kenny's background, I'd say was his actual family. I mean,
Yeah.
that was something I was not expecting. I mean, Levi being his nephew
Nephew.
by blood.
Yeah, that bit there was a bit just like, huh? because obviously, we obviously know that, they're all kind of related in some
Mm,
sort of way. But for there to actually be a proper, relation there, it's like, huh,
yeah.
that's pretty nice. Because obviously, we're still trying to figure out how Mikasa is linked into it. She's
Mm,
like a distant cousin or something crazy like that.
mm.
But yeah, man, it's kind of like, huh, Levi Ackerman. Then you got, God, now I forgot his name already. Kenny Ackerman.
Okay,
It's
Kenny.
like, how the hell are they? How the hell are they related? Because obviously, Kenny obviously has known Levi since he was a kid.
Mm,
That much we definitely knew. But it's like, how did they meet each other, kind of thing? And now it's like, oh, it all makes sense.
really put
It kind
stuff
of opens
into
it up a bit more.
perspective. Yeah, really put stuff into perspective because I mean, obviously we knew that Kenny trained him, brought him up, but now that we actually see why he did it and how they actually met, it's like, well, because they were blood related, and in some regards, I guess it was, for his sister's sake who's passed away.
Yeah, because obviously at first we were probably thinking that, oh, he just picked him off the street and then just like decided,
Yeah,
yeah, you'll come part of my army. But now it's like, oh, okay, this is actual like blood relation. So he's
exactly.
actually taking care of him
An actual
to an extent.
obligation. Yeah,
To an extent, obviously.
yeah, to an extent, but he did show some sort of obligation towards it. Yeah,
Because obviously you had the bit at the end of the flashback where it's like Levi comes along, you know what? Everyone, all your team is dead, and there you are sitting there dying. Is that the one thing? So I was thinking, okay, are they gonna try fight? Is Levi gonna like cut his head off or something crazy
mm.
like that? No, all Levi did was just ask him that question, innit?
Why did you leave me?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, basically because he just didn't see himself fit as a father.
Mm.
Because it did kind of make sense, if you actually look at the flashback, because it didn't really kind of do that type of, fatherly bonding type stuff. All he really did was just teach him how to fight.
Basically made him a killer.
Yeah, just taught him how to take care of himself. It's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, I taught him how to use a blade, and then he just took that work into his own kind of, he turned it into his own little thing.
yeah,
It's kind of like, wow, okay, it all makes sense.
yeah. It does. In some regards, it's like maybe it was good for him because it kind of in that world he needed it. I mean, look how long he survived, but at the same time he's thinking me sticking around isn't good for you. It's like I've taught everything you needed. I'm not really needed anymore, and I'll probably be bad sticking around anyway.
Exactly,
Mm,
because if you actually think about it, him leaving did kind of, I don't know, maybe toughen Levi up a bit more as well.
yeah, exactly,
Because he didn't exactly have anyone to kind of like depend on, and that's kind of made him the person he is today,
exactly. So
which is a badass.
stone wall, man. But yeah, I was actually very pleased with that last moment between them because like these two guys are heartless from what we've seen, but this is the first time you see some sort of emotion from both of them. And I was
Yeah.
just like, wow, they actually do have, feelings, especially obviously Kenny. After, what you were saying earlier, he could have became a Titan and pretty much slaughtered the whole lot of them, but he
Oh
decided
God,
against
yeah.
it
The whole
completely.
part where obviously he had the inject
This,
the
yeah,
serum in it
hypodermic,
from
yeah,
that he took from Rod. But then again, you were saying this whole reason for that is because he's scared he might have turned into a mindless beast because obviously,
true,
he's kind
yeah,
of weak at the moment.
mm,
But at the same time, yeah, it's like, I don't know, the type of character they portrayed Kenny as, yeah, he wouldn't have given a shit.
mm.
He would have just been like, oh, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway, and I'm gonna kill everyone. He'd do it anyway, kill everyone. But
Mm,
yeah, man, the way he kind of like said no, he's not gonna do it, just did kind of give him that little bit of more of a redemption.
yeah,
This is basically Kenny's redemption chapter.
it's like kind of paying for the sins, isn't it, and making up for it.
Yeah, he's just
Mm,
making up for every bad thing that he done.
mm. But speaking of Titan powers, we did see something interesting in the flashback where the king was passing away soon, and he actually explained to Kenny that he's already passed on his powers and memories to Rod's daughter.
Oh God, yeah, that right there, man. Rod is a bastard.
He's a complete
He
lying
is a
piece of
lying
crap, isn't he?
bastard.
He really
Yeah,
is.
because obviously, there we are all thinking that, oh, the only way to actually pass on the Titan powers is to obviously like kill the previous person,
Mm,
ingest them, and that's how you get everything from them.
yeah,
But the way that obviously the king was still alive and he's already passed on his powers, so there must be an actual way to do it.
it has to be.
So
Which,
that must mean, so yeah, man, that kind of brings up the whole thing of what's his name, Grayshaw? I
yeah,
can never get his name right.
Grisha or Gracia.
Yeah, did he actually kill the Reese family?
That's exactly what I'd like to know because after all the lies, Rod has told, that could be another one just to pile up on, the rest of the crap he's been telling, not only, Historia, to us as the readers.
Yeah, it's like his little twist on everything
Mm,
because obviously we know about the fight, about like everyone passed away in the fire,
mm,
and he's saying no, apparently it was actually Grayshaw who killed everyone.
mm,
So no, so the powers couldn't come through, so he can steal everything for himself.
yeah,
And now it's actually making me think, okay, maybe he did steal the powers, and then he maybe like took on Rod's daughter, the one with the Titan powers, the
yeah,
one who actually had the powers in the first place,
mm,
beat her senseless because obviously she's trying to attack him,
yeah,
so left her in a weakened state. And then as he was escaping, something happened which might have set the place on fire,
yeah.
and then that's how everyone got killed. So the fire thing was a real thing.
Because
And then
I'm
Rod
pretty,
being a coward that he is,
yeah.
probably just thought, "Fuck it, I'm saving myself."
Because I'm pretty sure I remember Rod was part of that fire as well. Anyway, like in terms of wasn't he the one that started it, and he tried to blame it on Grisha.
He was
Grisha,
involved in it.
yeah, he was actually involved with it.
So yeah, man, lots of little more conspiracies coming
So
out as to like, what the hell actually happened.
I'm glad that guy's dead. He's a freaking asshole.
And it
Uh,
does kind of open up another opportunity of the fact that maybe Eren can actually pass on his powers to Historia.
yeah, seeing as she's become the
Without
new
dying.
queen. Yeah, she's become the new queen now, so it could be fitting.
But more than likely, they're just going to work together.
Most likely, yeah.
I doubt Historia wants to become a fucking Titan.
No.
I doubt it completely.
I think she wants to stay as a human. Huh. But
Uh,
yeah, I think speaking of that, now that she's become a queen, and then obviously, the whole monologue of how she's won the people's favors. And what I actually laughed at was the irony that she was planning Erwin to, tell the people she killed the Titan, whether or not she actually did it or not. And in the end, she actually did kill it
exactly.
herself.
That's so silly. It's just one of the things that, oh yeah, tell everyone that I was the one who took out the Titan. That will kind of get me more favor. But it's
Mm.
like, but you did take him out.
I think this might
Unless
have
it's trying
been,
to come
this is,
across as like, oh, this is all my idea.
yeah, I think this was beforehand, didn't it? Like maybe that was the idea. Like, before they went into,
Uh,
I think that's what she was getting at. Like, ironically, we planned for me to take the credit, and now I ended up being the one who did it myself.
that would make more sense
Yeah,
because the fact is, it's like, we all know that she was the one who took him out. Even she knows that. So
exactly.
it's like, why would she bother trying to spin that
I think
lie
that's what she was
when it was
thinking.
the truth?
I think that was a past memory, innit?
God,
If
Attack on Titan really needs to sort out its pages, which are flashbacks.
it is very confusing, but either way, I found that little skit there quite hilarious, and the little finishing at the end with Levi and Eren and the rest. I think that was kind of a nice way to end it. Felt like it fully wrapped up.
Yeah, that there was basically just like, yeah, chapter. This is this arc over. So if it was the anime now, yeah, you'd actually see like it'll pan up and then the words will come up. It's like arc done
Yeah, it's like new
or
arc.
something stupid like that.
It's like coming soon now. Next one
That is one good thing actually. Next month we're definitely getting the start of a new arc.
have to be. I cannot wait for that.
So hopefully they might finally be heading towards the bloody basement.
Yeah,
Well, first thing is first they got to plug up the bloody hole in the
yeah,
wall using Eren's like armoring ability. So yeah, I guess in the first chapter will probably be like Eren training his Titan powers or something stupid like that.
yeah. Practicing.
Historia getting used to a new position as queen, and then hopefully they might actually like outline what this arc is going to be about.
Mm.
Hopefully, hopefully they're finally going to be going back to Titans now.
Probably will. I think the politics has been fully fleshed out now, and the world has kind of been, explained for what it is now. So
Stabilized as well.
it's pretty much now back to the war. You might as well say, in a way.
Exactly, back to its namesake,
Yeah,
Attack on
attack.
Titan.
Either way, I enjoyed this arc for what it was. Like, it was a bit daunting at times, but I still enjoyed the information we were given. And now, that is kind of fully wrapped up, come to a full circle. Now we can, progress with,
Yeah,
I'd say, less
I
plot
must admit.
holes.
I must admit, it did kind of come into its own towards like
Yeah,
I'd say the end of this arc. The
yeah,
beginning was just confusing as hell. So much like plot twists and
yeah.
like conspiracies and double agent backstabbing stuff. There was just too much for it to follow. But towards the end, yeah, it did kind of move at a much, much better pace.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah, I think that's really about it for this chapter, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's pretty much it. Nice little aftermath.
Yeah, so good wrap up chapter. I enjoyed it. Rev, you enjoy it?
Yeah, definite. Very enjoyable.
Cool. So yeah, hopefully next month, brand new arc. See what's happening there. Hopefully we get some more explanations into the actual Titans themselves,
Hmm.
and hopefully we'll finally get to see what's going on in the basement
Yeah,
after what 2 years
yeah.
mentioning it.
I think that's a running gag for the end of our reviews. What's in the basement?
So yeah, that's it from us, guys. You know the usual thing to do at the end of these. Let us know what you thought about this chapter in the comment section below. What are you looking forward to in the new arc? Did you enjoy this arc towards the end? Obviously, we said what we liked about it. So yeah, let us know all that stuff in the comment section. And as usual, we'll see you on the next video. So catch you next time.
Yep. See you next time.